You became the person everyone leans on, but have you noticed that the stronger you appear, the harder it becomes to admit you're struggling? What if the strength that protects everyone else is quietly isolating you? People admire reliability, the friend who never complains, the sibling who always stays calm, the coworker who fixes every crisis. Over time, you stop asking yourself one question: what do I actually need? Instead, your mind learns a different question: what does everyone else need from me? It happens so gradually that it starts to feel like your personality. At first, it feels meaningful. You become useful, dependable, needed. But usefulness slowly becomes your identity, and identities are difficult to question. Behavioral psychology shows that behaviors followed by social approval become reinforced. Every time someone says, "I don't know what we'd do without you," your brain quietly stores that moment as evidence. This is who I must be. The reward isn't money, it's belonging, and belonging is one of the brain's strongest motivations. Yet something strange begins to happen. You become surrounded by people while feeling increasingly unseen. Because everyone knows your strength, very few know your pain. You don't hide your emotions because you're dishonest. You hide them because your brain learned that vulnerability might interrupt the role you've spent years protecting. That's not weakness. It's adaptation. Many people think emotional suppression is a personality trait. Often it's a survival strategy. Imagine carrying a backpack every day. At first it's light. Each responsibility adds another small stone you barely notice. Years later, the backpack feels like part of your body. You forget it was ever possible to put it down. Your nervous system works similarly. Experiences teach it which emotions feel safe to express. If showing fear once led to rejection, if asking for help made you feel guilty, if you were praised only when you stayed strong, your brain begins filtering out vulnerability before you're even aware of it. Not because it wants to hurt you, because it wants to protect you. Here's a simple mental model. Your emotional brain is like a smoke alarm. A smoke alarm isn't trying to understand the fire, it's trying to prevent danger. Sometimes it becomes so sensitive that burnt toast sounds exactly like a house fire. The same happens emotionally. Small moments of dependence, asking for support, or saying, "I'm not okay," can trigger the same alarm as genuine rejection. Your brain confuses emotional risk with emotional danger, and over time, silence becomes automatic. So how do you gently retrain that alarm? Not by forcing vulnerability, but by teaching your brain that connection can also be safe. First, notice the role before the emotion. Before asking how you feel, ask yourself, who am I trying to be right now? This interrupts automatic identity patterns. For example, before helping a friend, notice if you're choosing kindness or avoiding your own feelings. Second, share something small before something painful. Neuroscience shows that repeated safe experiences reshape emotional predictions. Instead of revealing everything, simply admit you're tired or uncertain. Your brain updates through evidence, not intention, like testing cold water with one finger before stepping in. Third, let people help in ordinary moments. Accept someone carrying a bag. Accept advice. Accept kindness. Small acts of receiving weaken the belief that your value depends only on giving. Fourth, separate worth from usefulness. Your brain naturally links repeated rewards together. If appreciation only comes after sacrifice, it builds one equation: I matter because I carry everything. Break that equation. Spend time with people who enjoy your presence, not just your solutions. Notice the difference. The goal isn't becoming less strong, it's becoming more complete. Strength without openness becomes isolation. Strength with openness becomes trust. Think of a tree. Its trunk stands firm because its roots disappear beneath the surface. The hidden part is what allows the visible part to remain standing. Your emotions are those roots. Ignoring them doesn't make you stronger. It simply makes the foundation harder to see. Maybe you've spent years believing your greatest value was how much you could carry, but perhaps your greatest strength isn't carrying everything. Perhaps it's allowing someone to stand beside you while you carry it. Because real strength isn't the absence of need, it's the quiet courage to believe that being human is enough.